Hey guys, and welcome back to Liquid Lunch. I'm Laurin Conlin, filling in for John Tabacco today. So let's go back to Xen Sams so we can finish our conversation about Jerry Harris, because this stuff is just so fascinating and it's something that just needs to be discussed. Xen, are you there?
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Okay, so let's go back to Jerry.
So he's 21 years old. So again, from a mom's perspective, let's kind of talk about this. He's 21. I mean, that's barely legal, right? I mean, he just turned 21. And he's from Naperville. We know that. And he was arrested and faces child pornography charges. He just came into manhood. What?
So I think he faces these charges because he was sending, I don't think you can say it online, D-pics or on the show, D-pics to 14-year-old boys via Snapchat. Now these boys, I think, had a guilty conscience. They did it back. They didn't know any better. They did it back. And they took screenshots of the Snapchat, and then their mom ended up finding it, which is how.
Well, and he has admitted to having sex with a 15-year-old and soliciting sex from and seeking sex for minors. So.
Right. And so I think the question that you have to ask yourself here, and that I always wonder, is he's 21. It's like you said, he's just barely a man. Does he have a fetish for little kids, like for preteens? Or is it more like those are just the wins for him? Are those just the he can seal the deal that easily? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to know what kind of childhood he had, because
right,
somebody that young having that disturbing of a fetish, who's such a talented individual, separate of that, I mean, he's an actor.
Right.
There's such a big disconnect there, and it's either here you are in one area of your life excelling, and here you are in another area of your life that's so shameful, and now nobody likes you, so you should go hide under a rock. You're done. And that's the sentiment that I have. Like, I'm disgusted, I'm turned off. Like, there's nothing in this world. If it is questionable, if child pornography is involved, then it's child pornography. If you have to ask yourself if it's pornography, or even hover around how soft, how hard, how meaningful, how unmeaningful, the fact that we're even talking about it is
yeah. No, I totally understand it. And like I said, if my child was doing this as a 14-year-old with a 21-year-old, I would be livid. I would be absolutely livid. It's completely inappropriate. But
Netflix then, and here you have, a great platform, and they've acquired and are doing some of the best deals in Hollywood right now. But there's definitely oversight. And if you want to look at it from, if you want to play devil's advocate and you want to say, okay, well, now I want to, poo-poo Netflix, you can say, okay, they're promoting child pornography. They're not looking at their content. They're not being on top of what they're acquiring and what they're promoting. They're not being sensitive to the public. Their apology lacked sensitivity. I can go down the list. But it's not what we're saying, right? Right now we're looking at it from this way, and we're saying, well, let's look at it from the perspective of there was oversight. They acquired it. There was buzz. Somebody thought that it was art. It's not art. Should that person get fired? Should Netflix take the hit across the board? Or should somebody who works in a department just lose their job?
I think that if Netflix would take some sort of responsibility, they wouldn't have to take the entire hit. But lately, Netflix is taking no responsibility. They seem to simply be ignoring this